Alhamdulillah, shukr. We're thanking our Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for gathering us on this day of gathering, on this day of Jummah. One of the last Jummahs until we reach the month of Rajab. A Jummah day is very holy. It is the day Adam alayhi salam was created. It was the day that he was forgiven. It's the day that he sent into this world. So many events to the prophets, to their nations happen on the day of a Jummah. The day of Jummah is Allah's day. It is a holy day. The day of Qiyamah is going to happen in a Jummah too. Who knows when Qiyamah is going to be? Those who are preparing every Jummah, as if they're preparing for Qiyamah, which imams, which scholars are reminding? Who talks about Qiyamah? Who talks about death? Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, when you're about to pray, make intention that this is going to be your last prayer, isn't it? Is something unusual we're talking about? No. That shows now the level of faith. Because more than that, a believer only has 3 days. Man has only 3 days. Yesterday that passed. Today that is almost gone. And tomorrow you don't know if you're going to enter into tomorrow or not. Therefore the people of faith, they're looking at 3 days. Not 100 years, not 500 years. More than that, awliya Allah is saying, mankind, we are a prisoner between 2 breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. We are prisoner between 2 breaths. Now, those who understand this and they are following this as much as they can, being reminded and doing this every day, the world's problems is going to lessen. And Allah will open doors. The barakat will start raining then that time. If you know how to watch your tongue, if you know how to watch your heart, they are saying, if you're in the presence of the, let's use today's words, the mafia, okay? The ashkiya, meaning the rebels, the mafia, awliya Allah is saying, if you're in the presence of these high-level criminals, very dangerous kind people, watch what you say. Watch your tongue. If you say the wrong word, they will kill you. If you're in the presence of the awliya, watch your heart. The sohbet is to make us to remember what is in our heart and to put good things into our heart, not to put wrong things into our heart. 24 hours we're running in the dunya, we're putting so many garbage things into our hearts. The Jummah day, the zikr circles, the sohbet, put all of that aside. Empty your heart, put Allah there. Once we start doing that, then yes, we're topping up on our faith. Our faith will not get lessened, and we will have enough courage and enough strength to live this dunya. Even it is very dark, it is very dangerous. We're going to go with our faith, and Allah will make it easy for us, inshallah. Otherwise, you can have everything, like what the khutbah is saying. You have more money, more problems, more stress. Don't you know, like those people who work the stock market, those investment guys, huh? They earn a lot of money, right? Yeah. So much money they earn. You cannot imagine. They play with the stock market. But the time that they're actually working too is very short. Nobody works past 10 years, shorter than that. Why? Such a highly stressful job that almost every one of them, once they finish the job, they have so many medical conditions that they're just earning money, millions, to give to the doctors later to cure them. What kind of a life is that? But if you're looking with the kafir look, you're saying, wow, what a nice life they're having. Fast cars, going to everywhere, vacation, so much money they're throwing, do everything as they like. Huh? But if you're looking with the believer's eyes, it is something completely different. Which eyes we're supposed to look at? Why we are concentrating now on the surah Kul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun. Why are we concentrating that day and night? There must be something in there. Huh? Kul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun. Say to the unbelievers, say to the kafirs, I don't follow what you follow. You don't follow what I follow. I will not follow what you follow. You will not follow what I follow. To you, your religion, your lifestyle. To me, mine. Because now, lakum dinukum waliyatin. Hardly Muslims they are practicing. Because they're saying the deen, the lifestyle of the kafirs, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, Muslims have to have the lifestyle of the kafirs to make progress in this world and in Akhirat. Ayat is saying, don't worship, don't follow, don't be in their lifestyle. Be intelligent. Past 100 years that we decide to become more westernized, how much progress has the Islamic Ummah made? How much progress has the Islamic civilization reached? That once we decided to take away our language, take away our dress code, take away our lifestyle, take away our... Because Islam is a system, Islam is a civilization. We didn't have Islamic civilization the past 100 years. We say we don't want Khilafat, we don't want Shariat, we want everything now according to the Western way. What have we gained? We just became more cheap and more humiliated day by day, year by year, in the eyes of the unbelievers. We are under punishment. Allah is not blessing us. Billions of Muslims. So much education, so much money, so much technology. But we are nowhere. What did we have 1300 years? Did 1300 years from the deserts of Arabia that they brought down two huge empires, the Byzantines, the Greeks, and the Persian Empire, the superpowers at that time. With what? With technology, with education, or with faith? Where did we reach 1300 years? We became bigger and bigger and better, and more progress we made dunya and akhirat. Isn't it? We did that. At that time, for 1300 years, did we have any Muslims anywhere in the Middle East, South, in North Africa, Asia, Russia, or Europe, we ever see Muslims trying to imitate unbelievers? Never. In their lifestyles? No. Does that mean now we cannot learn their knowledge? Of course we have learned. The knowledge, Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, the knowledge, it is a lost treasure for the believers. We take the knowledge, but we don't take the lifestyle. We don't take the deen. This is something else. And the knowledge that we take too, is not anyone can take anything and apply it and put it in their lives. There is always a sift. There is always a filter. There is always the Khilafat, the alims, the ulamas, the awliyas, that they are going to filter everything. Anything dirty, even if it's knowledge is dirty, take it out. Anything that's good, take it. You know what? Every knowledge that the Muslims took, they made it better. They didn't make it worse. They made it better, and they spread the knowledge to the whole ummah. They didn't keep it to themselves. Like the priests, they keep things to themselves. Or the royalty, they keep things to themselves. They were spreading education. America opened the first university for the women in the 1800s. Suddenly saying you can go to school. The university in Islam that says women must also learn to read and to write and have basic education, it was open in the 700s. Where is 1800s and where is 700s? 1,100 years before the West started thinking, oh, let's give rights to the women to learn. Women were already said, you have to learn, because knowledge, it is a obligation. That's why the West can never understand Islam. So we're saying, Lakum dinukum waliyatin. We're living here. Are we saying now we're going to separate? Are we going to hate? No. We have to have good relations. Definitely. We have to have good relations with the people that are around us, whether they're believers or unbelievers. We have to have good relations. But the idea is, Lakum dinukum waliyatin. We don't have to lose our identity. We should not lose our identity. And we had a very strong Islamic identity. There is a way, not only Holy Prophet, Sahabe Kiram, Tabi'in, Tabi'in, 1300 years of Islamic civilization, from the scholars to the saints, they have shown us. You think this is civilization? There was a higher civilization. There was a civilization when Islam was ruling, and there was so much wealth and so much education and so much justice and so much knowledge. People thought they were in Jannah. Westerners coming, they say, what a society is this? People are not chasing after this dunya. Everyone is educated. And everyone has a very high spirituality. And they have gold everywhere. Because they are remembering Allah. They're remembering His Prophet. And they are also remembering death. They're remembering Qiyamah. That is important. Once you run after that, then Allah will make the world to run after us. We've been running after the world for 100 years, more than 100 years. What have we gained? We became worse and worse and worse. Heavier and heavier punishment, and no one can do nothing now. No one, so much talk, so many scholars, we have so much money, they're saying we have so much influence. You cannot even stop the Muslims being massacred from the Balkans all the way to Burma. We cannot stop. From Russia all the way to China, to North Africa, we cannot stop. Our own people. And the Muslims were the ones who stopped this tyranny happening inside of Islam and outside in the non-Muslim world. And the Ottomans were saying, we are ruling in this area. Anyone, Christian or Jew, you don't like living under the tyranny of your own governments, come, you may find justice with the Ottomans. And they did. Because Prophet brought justice. When we're going to wake up to understand, then our tawbah, our idea, our ambition in this life, what we're looking for, our vision will become clearer. Because the path has already been made. You don't try to dig your own road there. The path has already been made. And there's a path that worked. It's still working. Inshallah, may we have more ikhlas. There's another surah that we're concentrating on, ikhlas. Because Muslims, they're not being sincere with themselves. They're not being ikhlas. Surah Al-Kafirun and Surah Al-Ikhlas. We concentrate on that. Inshallah Rahman, we'll have more faith in us. Then we will understand who are our friends and who are our enemies. Who are our friends inside and who are enemies inside. Then that time, yes, we may unite the Ummah. Unity of the Ummah is not going to come because of a couple of people with a couple of hundred or couple of million people, organizations with so much technology or their money or their media, no. Unity of the Ummah now because of the mess that we've already entered. Like we talked about yesterday, the Khilafat of Dajjal has already been established everywhere. The only way that the Khilafat of Haqq is going to rise, it is with the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen to come with a heavenly power to take away this darkness and this sorrow. And that one is Hazrat Mahdi alayhi salam that we are waiting to come. And that war, that conflict is going to be a spiritual conflict. There is no conflict now. There's no physical conflicts now that is sanctioned in Islam. You may protect certain things, certain rights. We're not going to say anything about those ones also. So many imams and so many sheikhs, they're also saying, peace, peace. Don't fight. Yeah. They're saying, Palestinians shouldn't be fighting, Chechens should be, nobody should be fighting, just make peace. Very easy for people to say that, because they've never suffered. They never felt the pain. They never saw their own wives and mothers being killed in front of them. They never see the honor of their father and their uncles being stripped away from them. They never feel their honor being taken away, all their possessions, everything that they have. They never felt anything. That's why they're not feeling anything. That's why they can say, yeah, everybody peace. Of course, we want peace. But everyone must know their limit. Only the Khalifa can declare a jihad. There is no Khilafat. There is no jihad now. People who are by themselves, they are protecting themselves, we cannot even say anything to them. Both sides are now wrong, definitely. But Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying in the Akhir Zaman, choose this side. Both is shar. Choose the side that is lighter. May Allah grant more protection and mercy to this ummah, inshallah. To all our brothers everywhere in the world that are suffering, that are being tortured, that are being oppressed by all the tyrannical regimes everywhere. We're asking Allah to grant them more faith and more power, inshallah. For the sake of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Al-Fatiha. Ameen.